my friends, welcome back to my channel. My name is Erica, and in today's video I am bringing you another episode of a weekly series I do here on my channel titled No Makeup and Chill, the Barefaced Chronicles. Now the reason why I am doing this weekly series is because I am aging, and of course my face is aging right along with me, and I really want to embrace my natural face, aging and all. Of course, I love makeup. I love to apply makeup, play with makeup, all of that stuff. But I do really want to, as I get older, be comfortable sitting here or anywhere really with not a stitch of makeup on my face and be happy about how I look and proud of how I look. And I want to encourage all of you to do the same thing, no matter how old you are. I also feel though, if you are the type of person that wears a full face of makeup every second of every minute of every day of every week of every month of every year, that's totally fine too. I absolutely support that as well. I'm just kind of on this journey of wanting to embrace my natural face. That's it. Also, I am a little bit lazy at times, and when you film a makeup look, you have to get a lot of things organized and set up, and sometimes I don't want to do that. Sometimes I just want to sit down and film a video, not doing my makeup, not wearing any makeup, and just relax and chill with you guys. So that's the whole premise of this series. Now, this particular episode is part 2 of a video that I did last week when I talked about the things that irritate me, upset me, annoy me, or are my pet peeves about the beauty space, the beauty community here on YouTube. And I want to say thank you to a lot of you for your amazing supportive comments in the comment section. It was really nice to know that I had some support in doing that video, because that was not an easy video for me to do, because I really do want to have positive, uplifting content here. And I don't really know how positive or uplifting that was. But I really did appreciate the awesome support and camaraderie that I felt in the comment section of that video. That was awesome. And I understand that, like, obviously that video was from my personal perspective. I kind of got a couple things about like, well, these are your issues. And yeah, they are my issues. I can't really express someone else's issues. I mean, I could, but that doesn't really make a whole lot of sense. The things I talked about, of course, are the way I see things. And I know that not everybody probably agreed with what I said. And that's totally fine. We can agree to disagree, or just disagree, period. But I did feel like it was important to discuss those things that I discussed in that video. I also put up a post in my community tab asking my viewers and subscribers to share with me, if they felt comfortable, things that they find irritating or are their pet peeves about the beauty space, beauty community here on YouTube. And I got a ton of comments, a ton. And I want to talk about those comments, read some of them to you, and then give you my 2 cents. Now, I want to be honest. I did film this video already. I filmed it this morning, and it was over an hour long because I read every single comment that was left under that post. Then my phone went haywire. It wouldn't accept it into Dropbox because my phone was short on data. I don't know. So I had to factory reset my phone and delete that video. Also, my husband had just woken up, and our bathroom is like right on the other side of this wall right here. And he snores a little. And so when he first wakes up, he kind of has to clear his throat and kind of hack and kind of stuff, because, and you could hear it. And I was like, so I knew I was going to have to cut that part of the video out. And then Bitsy Lou was out in the hallway sobbing her little face off, wanting to come in here. So a couple times I got up to let her in, and she wouldn't come in. And I'd pick her up and bring her in here, and she'd run right to the door. So a lot of the video, she's out in the hallway crying. Right now, she's asleep on the bed. Thank goodness. So this is my second attempt at this video. Hopefully we can get through this one. Now, rather than reading all the comments, because that was a lot, and I feel like, if you're interested in knowing all the or reading all the comments, you can go to my community tab and see that post. I've just picked 10 comments out of the bunch to read to you guys, and then of course I'll give you my 2 cents. And it's not like a popularity contest. I didn't pick comments based on my relationship with the commenter. Just strictly what I felt was like the top things to highlight in this video. They're all top things I could highlight in this video, but I don't know that we need to sit here again for an hour or longer when you can just go and read the comments. I won't be reading off anyone's names in this video. I thought about that earlier, that like I didn't ask anyone, is it okay if I read your name along with your comment? I know some people don't really want their names announced in a YouTube video. So I won't be reading anyone's names. I'm just simply going to read you the comments, again, like I said, and give you my 2 cents. Okay? So, and some of the comments are very similar to each other. So anyway, let me get my glasses on so I can actually read. And let me go to my YouTube. No, not my YouTube studio. YouTube. And then let me go to my channel and the comment, or the community tab, whatever. Jeez, you guys. And let's start off by reading the first comment. Okay, and I know that my glasses are glary, so when I'm done reading, I'll take these off. This comment has 3 parts to it. The first part is, I hate it when people say that something wrong with the makeup is no big deal because they have a lot of other stuff. It doesn't matter if you get it for free. The rest of us have to pay for it and should know if a product is crappy. Yeah, absolutely. I don't get a ton of PR. I mean, I do get PR from Saints, Angels, Sinners. I've gotten some from Ladybug Glow. I've gotten some from Stylevana, from Temu. The Beauty Moon Cosmetics brand owner, she will throw in, there goes a cat hair. That's really getting annoying. And I did dust in here. I don't know. I think the walls are just sprouting cat hair because the cats are always in here. I apologize for that because I know that's like very distracting, but welcome to Cat Hair Central. Population me. The brand owner of Beauty Moon Cosmetics will commonly throw little items in with my order that I don't pay for, and it's wonderful. But at the same time, I'm honest with you guys about how I feel about the products that I'm using. I've just been really lucky that for the most part, all of the PR I've received, I've really enjoyed, right? Now, the Stylevana PR that I got, a couple things didn't really work that well for me, and then it was like crickets. I never heard from them again, which is fine. I mean, who cares? You know, they find someone else that maybe is more complimentary of their products than I was. But I think it's really important that even if you're getting the makeup for free, that you're honest about how you feel about the makeup and how the makeup performed for you. And a lot of times, like I've watched people using PR products and you can see it's not working. And they're like, oh, this is the best thing I've ever used. It's like, huh? Because there are people that will go buy things based on a creator's review of something or first impressions of something. And I don't want people going out and getting stuff that isn't going to work well. You know, also we have different preferences. So what might work for me may not work for you ever, really, just because of what our preferences are. But I hear what this person is saying, and I agree. Don't just, you know, toot the horn of the brand if you don't need to toot the horn. Does that make sense? Probably not. The next part of this comment is, I can't stand hypocrites. Don't say one thing and act differently the next time. Right. An example I can give of that is, when a creator comes on and talks about the purchase choices of another creator, say, and the person might say, like, I watched this person's video and they were saying how they didn't even like the palette, didn't like the color story, it wasn't their aesthetic, but they just bought the palette to create a look with, to review for their followers and subscribers. And I can't stand that. Okay. And then like a couple videos later, the same person who was saying that about another person has bought a palette because it's a high-end luxury palette that's just been released. They create a couple looks with it, and then a couple videos later, now they're going to declutter this palette because it was never my aesthetic. It's too monochromatic, it's boring, da da da. Well, okay, but you had to have known when you picked up the palette that it was boring and not your aesthetic. So I think it's silly to put someone down for doing that and then turn around and do it yourself. That's just one example. But hypocrisy does drive me bonkers. And then the last one here, the last part of this comment, is people who badmouth brands without knowing the whole story. Absolutely. I know that we are really in the throes and in the thick of cancel culture, and I am not a fan of that at all. And I know that, like, I support some brands that, you know, brand owners have gotten some shit for things that have gone on, and I know I've lost subscribers from supporting those brands. And all I can say is I'm not going to jump on a bandwagon and bash anyone if my experience with the person is positive and I enjoy their products. Some of the things that are said about brand owners, I have no intimate or personal knowledge of, and I'm not going to go off of what someone else has said about a brand. I will go by my own experience. And if that means that people aren't going to support me because of that, then that's fine. I don't really want them here anyway. You know what I mean? I'm not going to change who I support and who I care about and who I like based on what other people are saying. No way, I would never do that. But I realize that, you know, that can be a deal breaker for people. If I'm using products that from a brand that someone doesn't like, that could be a real deal breaker for them. And that's okay. You know, like I'm not a big fan of Jeffree Star. I don't have any of his products. I don't support him based on things I have heard and I have seen, not what someone else has heard and seen and told me about. But I do know people here on this space that use his products, and I don't hate them. I just won't watch their videos when they're using Jeffree Star products, but I don't hate the person, you know? He's just not somebody I would want to support. I don't want to cancel him. I just don't want to support him. So I hear what this person is saying, and I agree. Don't badmouth a brand just because you've heard something about him, because you don't know both sides of the story. There are always two sides to a story, no matter what. All right, the next comment I'm going to focus on here is, my pet peeve is the amount of things coming out, the buy of it, B-U-Y of it, not B-Y-E. Just, I mean, you probably knew that. Not just with makeup, but with clothes. Hold on. Not just with makeup, there we go, but with clothes and really everything. Don't get me wrong, I love buying new things and do so often, but the FOMO gets tiring. Yes. On the flip side of that, there is something for everyone and at different price points and preferences, but it does get overwhelming sometimes. I will say it has been nice finding beauty and fashion creators who want to use older releases. I have been loving seeing beauty creators using what they have on hand or just products they love and older releases, as well as see creators using old and new releases. I find that that is so refreshing to see. And yeah, I totally agree with that. I know that the channels who focus solely on the new makeup releases are the ones that have all the subscribers and are super popular, and the brands are diving after, like sending them a ton of PR. And I understand that whole relationship scenario. I get it. And of course, I love new makeup, and I'm always going to get new makeup. Well, not always, but I will get some here and there, of course. But I also think it's so important to use things more than once on your channel. Use older palettes. That's why I'm doing my Throwback Thursday series. That's why I'm doing multiple looks videos with palettes I've had in my collection for a while, because we can't always buy. And a lot of the folks that are getting all this new makeup, they're getting it for free. They're not buying the products. And I also feel like with some folks, I feel like, do you ever buy your own makeup? You know, I mean, I don't know. And it's really none of my business, but I just choose to distance myself from those channels now, because FOMO is a real thing. It's nobody else's fault that I have bought the makeup that I've purchased and that I have a large collection. I'm not blaming anyone for that. I will just say though, that when it's in your face a lot, you kind of, you know, especially when you're, you know, really makeup focused and you love makeup so much. It's fun. It's so fun to get new makeup. It is. But the constant pushing of the new makeup can be overwhelming. So I totally agree with what this person is saying. And I also love to watch content where people are using older products. And I also want to give that kind of video too, or that kind of content too. Here's another one that's great. Most times I want a sit and chill video. Chat it up while we get ready together. Don't sell me shit. Great. YouTube is filled with sales. I don't need more crap. I just want your company. Personality matters. Thank you, Erica. Your compilation ought to be interesting. You're welcome. Thank you. Yes, I love Get Ready With Me videos. I love just sitting and chilling and talking about life. I love that. And the reason why I do that often here on my channel is because those are the types of videos I loved watching before I started my channel, and the kind of videos I still love watching. And I think it's fun to film content that you enjoy watching too. It just makes it more fun to sit down and film a video. And again, it's just the constant pushing of the new stuff and trying to sell you stuff, especially with the code thing, which that'll come up here in just a little bit too. Now, this is a hilarious comment. I love it. Obsessed with. That drives me crazy. I'm obsessed with everything, will literally make me unsubscribe. Yes, there are things we love and use over and over, but to be obsessed with every damn thing is annoying and highly unlikely. Now listen to this. I'm obsessed with oxygen, and that's about it. I love that. I love it. Yeah, I mean, I can see how that would get obnoxious. The word that I don't love is shook. I'm shook, shooketh. I'm like, because to me, that's just a buzzword. And if I don't know, when people say that, sometimes I'm like, it's just because they've heard it somewhere else. Maybe not, but you know what I'm saying. And you can't be obsessed with everything. There's no way. I will say though that I am pretty easily pleased by makeup. I'm not super picky. If I can make it work, I really like it. But there have been things I have not liked, and I've been honest about it. And that's, you know, maybe not exactly what this person's saying, but yeah, when people say obsessed with too much, it just becomes like, really? You're really obsessed with everything you use in a video? I don't know. Here's another great comment. Hi, Erica. My biggest pet peeve is creators always focusing on what's new at Sephora, Ulta, the drugstore, etc. I am more interested in content that focuses on products you already have. I'm trying, but already have, use, and love, especially eyeshadow palettes. I love the creativity encouraged by creating new and different looks with the products you love and own, or duping the vibes of something currently on the market. I dearly miss all of the makeup tutorials or look videos of 5 to 10 years ago. I get the impression that the beauty space has become more about pushing product rather than sharing the love of beauty and makeup. Yeah. I cannot begin to tell you how many channels I have unsubscribed to for this reason. I am also tired of mainstream brands like Natasha Denona. I am bored by them. I am really digging the indie brand sphere. It inspires so much creativity. Amen. Hallelujah. Yes, I agree. I don't know. I just really have found my love and my heart for makeup, my passion for makeup with indie brands. Not to say that I do like some of the mainstream brands, but I can hear like the golden palette that Natasha Denona just released. To me, it's a little bit of a snooze fest. And Shani did the most amazing video where she duped that palette with what she already had in her collection. And that is such a great example of duping the vibes and using things you already have. I would say we all have the golden palette in our collection, just in other palettes, but you can put them together. And she did such a cool video. I'm going to link her video in my description box. I think she did 2 videos about the duping and then creating a look, and it's amazing. And she's got such a great eye for that. And yes, like the creativity and inspiration and encouragement that you get from watching somebody use an older product or palette, and maybe a way that you never even thought to use it. That is so cool. I love that. That comment was awesome. Now, this comment is coming from another creator, and this says, two-faced people smiling to your face and whispering behind your back. Oh, well, hold your head high and keep doing what you love with a smile on your face. Yeah, I can relate to that. I've experienced some of that. Someone like acting like they were my friend and then saying some really horrible things about me behind my back, to the point where it really made me question myself. Like, am I that bad of a person? Really? I am? And it really did, I hate to admit this, but it really did F with my head. It really did. I was very hurt and very upset by it, and was shocked, honestly, because we're adults here. Why are we acting like we're in middle school? I have worked through that, but it still left a pretty, I guess, serious impression on me. And it's made me be maybe a little bit more guarded in some situations. I don't know. I don't want to be guarded. I'm very open and I love you. And that's just who I am. But it just makes me sad that kind of stuff goes on here. And it makes me sad that other creators experience the same thing. It's just so, I don't know, it's awful. Here's another one. Creators regurgitate each other's reviews, only featuring brands that sent them PR or sponsor them. I mean, that's a huge theme here. The constant pushing of use my code every other sentence, which I touched on that in part 1. Not properly disclosing paid partnerships, people still supporting very unsavory people just for clout. Man, I think I'm getting old and crusty. Then we're doing it together, my friend, because I feel the same way. and I'm not going to hammer this anymore. Well, I'm going to talk about it, but I'm not going to hammer it into the ground. The use my code thing, I think there's a right way and a wrong way. I think it's fine to let people know you have codes for things, sure, but the constantness of it gets really old. It's just old. It's like, it's just obvious that you're doing it to get money, to cash grab. You want to use people's like FOMO or weaknesses surrounding makeup to get your code used and for you to make money. And that's not always the case. I realize that. That's a very generalized thing to say, because I don't think everyone who tells you they have a code with something, that's what they're trying to do. But again, I just think there's a wrong way and a right way to do it. And yes, if you don't properly disclose a partnership or sponsorship, that is horrible, horrible. Here's another comment that's great. Temu or Temu. I've seen the commercials and they pronounce it as Temu. I always thought it was Temu. I'm going to continue to say it's Temu. Maybe I'm wrong. Probably am. Temu videos and hauls of what was bought on the normal, regular shopping trip like groceries. I know I can just skip those. I went off for a while because it seemed like everything was Temu. And yeah, I got sucked into Temu too. And this is not me bashing Temu, because I love that site and I think they sell a lot of great products, or items of all sorts for like very cheap. I'm going to take a drink of my coffee. My mouth was getting kind of dry. Very cheap, and you know, a wide variety of things, and usually I would say the things that work really well. I have loved the majority of the Temu PR products I got. It's just that their tactics got to be really shady and it pissed me off. You know, just this weird, like, you know, they told me I could apply for the affiliate program and continue to get PR, and I was like, okay, yeah, that sounds cool, I'll do that. And so I tried to apply for it and they rejected me because I didn't have enough of the Temu hashtags and verbiage in the comment section of my past videos that had nothing to do with Temu. And they wanted me to go back into all my description boxes and put those hashtags, Temu hashtags, in all of my videos. I'm like, hell no, I'm not going to do that. No way. They're not Temu videos. And yeah, it's so overdone sometimes, and so many people are doing it that it just becomes kind of obnoxious. I mean, how many Temu videos can one watch, you know? And again, this is not me bashing Temu or bashing anyone that does Temu videos. It's just that once you've seen a couple, it's like, okay. But then, you know, some people have different things they're showing. I don't know, but I can totally relate to what this person is saying. This other comment is, I like people who are real. I don't like filters and lights so bright that I can't see the actual makeup. Yeah. I don't use filters. I do have some brighter lights in here because all I have is that light above me and it's pretty dim. And I want people to be able to see the makeup. But sometimes I do wonder if it's too bright and it kind of like distorts how the makeup looks. I hope not. But you know, this is my lighting setup and that's just how it's going to stay. But I've heard people talking about using filters, like Nikki Tutorials. She talked about a filter that she uses, and also this like computer app program thingy where she goes in and kind of like adjusts, like cleans up her makeup, like her eyeshadow. If it looks too messy, she'll go in and like clean it up and like clean up around her mouth and like narrow her nose down and like under here. And I'm thinking, why? Don't do that, because then it's just not who you are. You know, it's not who you are. Don't change. And I know this is going to sound hypocritical because I talked about the catfishing thing, but I think you're already using the makeup to alter your appearance, which I don't have any problem with that. But don't go the extra step by using a computer program to do it too. Just keep it. I mean, I think she's beautiful just the way she is. I don't think she needs to. But again, I'm not her, and she has the right to her feelings, of course, and the right to her behavior, whatever. But yeah, the filters and the Photoshoppy type stuff, I just think it's a misrepresentation. That's all. I mean, if you want to put a bunch of makeup on and alter your appearance and have the transformative process that way, that's great. Go for it. Yeah, I rock on. But don't take it the step further, I guess is what I would say. Okay, and I know this is going to get long, so I'm going to try to just grab a couple other comments. Maybe just read them and not give you my 2 cents. Ad non-disclosure makes me furious. Label it as a paid review or sponsored post, preferably also tell me at the start. And yeah, I consider any PR review to be paid. Yeah. Let's see. People who are phony baloney, two-faced, who aren't honest. Yep. PR, YouTube, and Instagram. Everyone in the circle of trust gets the same release. Only small creators seem to be the only ones actually buying makeup and giving honest reviews. I hate or I cannot review because my friend or bestie created it, but will trash other collabs. Yeah, I totally agree with that too. You know, like people just using their friends' stuff, which, I mean, I've used Steph's palettes, okay, I know, but I love her and I love the palettes. If I didn't love the palettes, I'd be honest. You know, that might not be fun for her, but I would be honest. I just happen to love the palettes. And Steph's a makeup genius, so, you know, anyway. Some use crutch words and phrases over and over and kind of drives me insane. And if you, not you, but collective you, aren't happy about something, be honest. Everything isn't for everyone. There is no need to sugarcoat it. And on the flip side, if you get something you don't like, it may be good to find a way to talk about it without complaining the whole time. It turns me off on wanting to watch just to hear someone complain months and months about a product or subscription without doing something about it. Kind of like the definition of insanity. There are many different types of subscriptions out there, so complaining about the same one on and on is weird to me. These are just fresh because of ones I just watched. Yeah, I mean, I've talked about that too. You know, the subscription box bashing month after month after month. It's like, don't get the box anymore. I mean, I think it's good to be honest if you don't like a box and explain why you don't like it. Maybe try it again. And if you still don't like it, then at the second box and I didn't like it, that's it. But again, those types of videos are very popular. People love the bashiness. They love the negativity. So people know if they bash something that they're going to get their video viewed. I think that's a lot of why it's done. And yeah, this person is so right that not everything is for everyone. Like for instance, there's a lot of people that love NYX glitter primer on this platform. I cannot use it. It creases the crap out of my shimmers. But someone else might really like it and really recommend it. That's okay. Just because it doesn't work for me doesn't mean that they're not allowed to recommend it and hype it up and say that it works really well, because it does for them. I've seen people get really pissed off about like say things like, well, they tell you have to use glitter primer. Well, it doesn't work for me. And why are they telling me I have to when it doesn't work? Because it works for them. And I would think that most of us are mature enough and have enough common sense to understand that not everything works for everyone, but it's not that personal. The person that's using the glitter glue is not recommending it to be used to piss me off. They don't even know who I am. They don't care, and they don't care how I feel. You know what I mean? Like it's not the wrong thing to recommend something that really works for you. And I don't think everyone should have to preface it with, well, this may not work for you, but it works for me. I mean, yeah, we all know that. I feel like, I don't know. Just for everyone to be honest, not pretend, not get involved in the, doing it for views and the amount of drama that goes on here. That's a great comment. YouTube being commercialized. I don't know why I have such a hard time saying that. YouTube being commercialized has 110% lost its charm. Very difficult to find real human beings with real lives because the algorithm doesn't show them. I cannot stand the videos where someone sits down and talks about 10 random things they bought on Amazon and used for a week, but oh my God, it's the new and best thing. You're only making these videos so people buy this useless crap you barely know from your Amazon storefront. Yep. Keeping up with the Joneses, peer pressure mentality, like creators trying to incorporate lifestyle because it's apparently the current thing trending, when maybe that's not their strong suit or what suits them the best, but they feel pressured to do it because that's kind of become the push now. And yeah, I totally understand that. And also, like, people, the keeping up with the Joneses thing, I think I just said that, people who will continually buy new products just to keep up with the next creator, just so that their views stay high, and and that it's obvious that that's what people, and some people, that's what they're doing, and it becomes unattractive. Because just stick true to what you normally do. If that's not something you normally do, is go out and buy all the new stuff, and all of a sudden here you are buying all the new stuff and then incorporating the lifestyle content into your channel that you've never done before just because it's popular. Like, it's just too bad that people feel that pressure to perform the way someone else is just because maybe that person's getting more views. That makes sense. I hope it does. I'm not a fan of the negative nonsense just to be negative. I will nope out so fast. I am, however, a huge fan of you and your content and your Erica Gracie Lunas. Who left that comment? Oh, very sweet. I agree. And I talked about that before. The negative stuff just to be negative, to be contrary, to do things differently, just to do it differently and to be contrary, and then whine and complain, you know, just yuck. Another comment that I think is excellent. How some people are only here because they think they can be famous. I'm here to build a community, and it makes me so sad that some people are just here to cash in. Absolutely. I talked about that before. Yes, it's fun to get monetized. It is fun. It's cool to like have your efforts pay off here in that way. But I've decided to give my monetization back. And I just got another, well, I will be getting another paycheck between the 21st and the 25th of June. So once I get that, I'm doing another giveaway. Woohoo! I can't wait. I meant to do one a couple weeks ago, and then I just haven't had time to like sit down and put a giveaway together because my son graduated from college and lots of stuff. I can give you lots of excuses, but I will be doing it soon. Anyway, yeah, the community aspect of this, of my channel, has been the pinnacle of what I was hoping to have out of this channel. Just this awesome friend group, this community group. I don't feel like I'm involved in any cliques. You know, yes, I do collab with a lot of the same people often, but I also collab with, you know, tons of different types of people with different kinds of aesthetics and content and stuff like that. You know, I love to do that. That is so much fun. It's really cool. And that's one of the things I love the most about having my channel, and I already said that, is the community. I'm not here to cash in. And when I see people who try to act like they're here for community, but then there's this like smoke and mirrors thing going on, or this not so subtle undercurrent of use my code and be my member and use my code to buy stuff, and or like you know, just give me super thanks. Come on, give me super thanks and comment and like help me like get the algorithm to grab me, which, I mean, you know, that's how you succeed, is having the algorithm grab you. But don't give me this crap about how you're wanting a community and then also give me this yuckiness of money. It's just, unless that's really what you're here for, is to cash in, then just be honest and say you want to just, that's all you're here for, is to cash in. And then I am gone. I will not subscribe to that person anymore because yuck, it's yucky. I'm just going to go back through and see if there's anything that I feel like I didn't touch on. Oh, here's another really good aspect, and then this will be it. Influencers who say they support their peers, but you never see them comment on any of their videos unless they are trying to sell something. Yeah, that is so true. So true. You know, like, and you know, I've had a little bit of that myself. And honestly, to be totally honest, I do feel like I have let some of my fellow creators and friends down here quite a bit because I'm not watching their channel. And it's not because I don't want to watch their channel. I'm just really busy. And I know that sounds lame and what a stupid excuse, but it's the truth. You know, I have a full-time job and a family and lots just other stuff going on. And now, because I have my channel, a lot of my free time is taken up with filming and editing. So, but I hear what that person was saying. Like, if you're going to support someone, then really support them. Don't half-ass it. And I really want to get better about not half-assing it, and not just supporting someone so I can say, you know, use my code, and or like leave that information in their comment section, you know, stuff like that. It's just So my main reason in doing part 2 is just to let you guys know that I'm not alone in how I feel. Not that I have to. I could be alone in how I feel. That's fine. That's fine with me. But it's not just me that feels this way. There's a lot of people that feel the way that I do about stuff here. And I just hope that, I don't know, this will change maybe. And I think it's important to be, I think Maya Angelou said this, to be the change that you want to see in the world. And that's really what I want to try to do, is just have my channel be different than the norm, or not the norm, but the super popular stuff that's going on here, the new makeup all the time, and the codes, and the sponsorships, and this and that, you know, it just gets to, and the overwhelmingness of the new stuff, and the PR. I mean, I do have PR in this room. I have a stack of it over there. some Saints Angel Sinners palettes that I haven't used yet, and I have other stuff that I'm going to be using. I'm sure I will eventually get to using those palettes, but it's not on the top of my list to always film with my PR. Like, I want to film with older stuff and stuff I've purchased myself, you know. Anyway, I just really appreciated those comments. I'm glad to know that I'm not alone, and I would love it if you want to share more about how you feel about the stuff I talked about in the comment section of this video. Please do. I would love to know more how you feel. And again, I'm sorry that I didn't read everyone's comments. It's just the video is going to be way too long, and I'm trying to not have it be super duper long because, you know, it's just too long, right? I just really felt like it was important to touch on some of these things because I think we kind of dance around these subjects sometimes, and people feel kind of uncomfortable to talk about it, and they feel uncomfortable, and I don't feel uncomfortable. I mean, I kind of do, but I think it's good to share things when you feel uncomfortable. That's the only way things I think are going to change, is if you talk about the things that make you uncomfortable and try to do better so that you are comfortable. Thank you guys so much for taking time out of your lives to sit down and watch this video. If you're new here and you enjoyed what you saw, please consider subscribing, smash the like button, and of course, comment down below in the comment section. I love to chat with you guys there. If you've been here before, thank you so much for coming back. I cannot wait to see you guys again in my next video, but in the meantime, please take very good care of yourself, be well, safe, happy, and I will see you soon. Bye!
Drop it.